Hello everyone, I'm Vinay Kumar. I'm an embedded software engineer. In this video, I'm gonna tell you what is ARM-CORTEX M4. The ARM-CORTEX M4 is one of the important processors we are using everywhere in these days. Okay, from this video, I'm gonna start a series on ARM-CORTEX M4. In this series, I'm gonna cover everything regarding the ARM-CORTEX M4 from the beginning to the ending. In this series, I'm gonna cover what is ARM-CORTEX M4 and what are the types of instruction sets are there and what are the general purpose and special purpose registers, how to access a register, and how to print hello world program in ARM-CORTEX M4, and how to do stack configurations, how to do task scheduling and bootloader, and many other. Okay, in this series, I'm gonna cover everything about the ARM-CORTEX M4. If you are a beginner or experienced candidate in embedded systems, you can learn this course because in these days ARM-CORTEX M4 is one of the important processors. There is a future for this processor. So it's an introduction class for ARM-CORTEX M4. See here, the ARM-CORTEX M4 processor is a low power processor that features low gate count. Gate count is nothing but a transistor count. Here, ARM-CORTEX M4 has low power processor, but that means it can operate within 3 volts to 5 volts. It takes less power and low gate count. That means it uses less number of transistors for making. Next, low interrupt latency and low cost debugging. For executing interrupt service routine and debugging also, the time is very less. The Cortex M4F is a processor with the same capability as the Cortex M4 processor and includes floating point arithmetic functionality. Here, one more processor is there, that is a Cortex MF. Here, M4 MF. Here, F indicates floating point unit. In this series, we are not going to discuss about any floating point unit, but it's also one of the important thing. This floating point unit is used for some of the arithmetic operations. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. It's a block diagram. It's a block diagram of ARM-CORTEX M4. It's just an introduction video. If you don't understand anything, also don't feel, because there are multiple videos after this video. You can watch that videos and you can understand clear. Here, see, in ARM-CORTEX M4, there is a CPU that is ARM v7M. It's a processor. Okay, ARM-CORTEX M4, ARM v7M is the processor. It's the main core. Okay, in the next class, I will tell you what is the difference between the processor and core also. Okay, here ARM v7M is a processor, and here one unit is there, that is nested vector interrupt controller for controlling all system exceptions and external interrupts. Next, here wake-up interrupt controller. It's also one kind of interrupt controller. I'll tell you about this in next videos. Next, memory protection unit. It is one of the important features of ARM-CORTEX M4. This memory protection unit is used to protect some of the non-accessible, unprivileged memories. Okay. Next, DSP, digital signal processor, FPU, floating point unit, and 3 AHB light. Here, AHB is nothing but it's a kind of bus. Okay, and ITM trace and ETM trace. These two are used for printf style debugging. Okay, ITM trace and ETM trace are used for printf style debugging. Next, data watch points, break points. These two are used in debug mode. Whenever we are debugging the code, then the breakpoints and watch points are used to trace the values present in the variable. Okay. Next, JTAG. This is one kind of debugger. Okay. Next, serial wide debugger. These two are the debuggers present in the ARM-CORTEX M4. Okay. It's a simple explanation of ARM-CORTEX M4 block diagram. In the next videos, I'm going to tell you each and every block clearly. Okay. Now, see some of the features of ARM-CORTEX M4. The first feature is it is a 32-bit processor. Do you know what is the meaning of 32-bit processor? You may hear like a 16-bit processor, 32-bit processor, 8-bit processor, and 64-bit processor. Nowadays, 64-bit processor is the high-end processor. Okay, here 32-bit processor is nothing but if our processor can read 32-bit data in one mission cycle, or if my processor can write a 32-bit data in a register in one mission cycle, then I can call my mission as a 32-bit processor. Okay, 32-bit processor is nothing but in one mission cycle, I can do 32-bit operation. 16-bit processor is nothing but in one mission cycle, if I can do the 16-bit operation, then I can call that thing as a 16-bit processor. Okay, and thumb2 instruction set. It is one of the important feature of ARM-CORTEX M4. I'm gonna cover this thumb2 instruction set in another video, separate video. Okay, actually there are two types of instruction set. One is ARM instruction set, another one is thumb instruction set. But in our case, ARM-CORTEX M4 uses thumb instruction set. I will cover about thumb instruction set in the next videos. Next, floating point unit. We already discussed about floating point unit in the block diagram. It is one of the important unit for mainly used for high-end arithmetic and logical operations. Next one is digital signal processor. Here in ARM-CORTEX M4 we have DSP also for audio applications. Next, low power consumption. It's one of the important feature of ARM-CORTEX MX. Next, interrupt handling. There are around 15. It can handle 15 system exceptions and around 280 external interrupts. Okay, it can handle 15 internal exceptions as well as around 280 external interrupts. So it is having good interrupt handling capability. Okay, next, see here in this series I'm gonna use this STM32F407 discovery board for teaching. Okay, this is one of the useful discovery board if you want to learn ARM. Here, see, this chip is nothing but ARM-CORTEX. Okay, ARM-CORTEX M4 chip is present in STM32F4 discovery board. Here in the entire series I'm gonna use this board for debugging and running code. Okay, if you have any doubt on this video, you can ask your doubts in comment section. I will definitely reply to your comment. And if you want to learn anything about the process, or if you want to learn more about the ARM-CORTEX, then you can directly contact me by using the mail ID which I will be provided in the description box. And if you like this video, please subscribe our channel and do like. Thank you for watching this video.